It's all going to start with you wanting to try something, or maybe even wanting to learn something. You will want to kind of explore something, and it's just going to seem like nothing major, nothing so important, but there is something that you will want to kind of learn. It's to do with you kind of maybe finding out more about the specific subject, or you wanting to learn more about this specific subject, and it's to do with something that inspired you a while back, a while ago. Something inspired you a while back, a while ago. But now at the beginning of this week, you are gonna come across something which is going to remind you of what inspired you in the first place a while ago. And it's nothing like kind of huge, nothing like kind of major, but it's to do with you kind of exploring, learning, finding out more about something. And perhaps it's even to do with like you maybe collaborating with a certain person or with a certain group of people for a while as well. But it could be like a kind of like a even like some kind of a hobby or something like that, I'm telling you. Or it could be something that maybe it can bring you just like a little bit of money. For example, it is nothing major, it is nothing huge. So it's either to, maybe just have a bit of an extra money on the side, or maybe it's just like some kind of a hobby or something, but it is to do with you being drawn to kind of like do something around and about this specific subject. And it's to do with something that inspired you a while back, my gorgeous Pisces. So at the beginning of this week, something is really going to remind you of this. And you're going to be like, do you know what? Like, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. And there is a certain step you are indeed going to make. There is something you're going to do. There is something you're going to try. And oh my God, my gorgeous Pisces, this is really going to be some kind of experience you're actually going to have. This in itself, it's all going to start with, oh, well, I was inspired a while back, I want to do this, I want to try this, why not, And it's going to be leading towards you having like, oh my God, like a crazy life experience through this. You are going to have some kind of a major life experience through this. Something is going to happen. And you're going to love it. And it's going to be completely different to what you could have actually imagined. Because this is going to lead towards you having a significant big mama life experience. And you're going to realize that after this moment in time, your life is not necessarily going to change straight away, but you're instantly going to realize, which changes do you need to make in life? Because it is also this whole situation, it's bringing you this really powerful and super unexpected revelation, you see, which is going to, on another hand, really help you to break free. And you are going to become a free spirit. You will liberate yourself and you will not even know it. But you will just go completely, by these feelings and emotion and vibration you're actually going to feel. My gorgeous Pisces, there is a one word for this. There is a one word for this. You are about to transcend. You are about to transcend, my gorgeous Pisces. And at the time when we are indeed transcending in our lives, we do come across with completely unexpected revelation, with completely unexpected situation in life, which just literally starts to change every single aspect of our life. Because we start to look at things, from a different angle. We become enlightened. And, everything in our life really slowly but surely starts changing. So, when it comes to this, like a significant major life experience you're actually going to have through this, oh my God, I really hope you understand how important this is going to be. It's about this major inspiration. It's about this major potential. So you are indeed going going to be thinking about making such an important decision based on that particular experience. And you will know whatever this decision is, it wouldn't have happened, it wouldn't happen otherwise. And whatever this decision is going to be based on, it's like really going to start this process of where you are really like literally moving forward with your life. Your life, it's about to become, on one hand, this is crazy, on one hand, so much more excited, but then on another hand, so much more peaceful as well. You see what I mean? Absolutely brilliant. And there is this beautiful person, this gorgeous person, somebody in your life. This beautiful person, it's like really also kind of gonna be motivating you to actually do this. This person doesn't need to talk to you about it and tell you, but maybe you will be thinking about this specific person in your mind, and you will be thinking about this specific person in your mind, my gorgeous Piscelini. And I really feel it's actually somebody who is no longer here, somebody who is in the spirit world, for example. I think that particular person, this spirit, is going to play a huge role, and this particular person is no longer here, is no longer in this world, but this particular person is like going to play a major role in your life forever. And I know that you will be thinking about that particular spirit. So it's somebody who is no longer here, somebody who is no longer in this world. But that particular person was somebody beautiful in your life. Of course. And this person is always going to be part of your life. And you will remember that person, and you will have that person on your mind, my gorgeous Piscelini. And that person is going to be like kind of motivating you while you're thinking about this person is going to be motivating you and to actually to take this very seriously as well, and especially in terms of like your future and which plans do you need to start right now. This particular spirit, so this person who's no longer here in this world, somehow through this person you will realize like something about future plans and how important this is actually going to be when it comes to your future and when it comes to your future plans. And somehow this person is gonna be inspiring you like throughout this whole thing, and you're gonna feel like you are making, and you are indeed going to make this person really proud, which what exactly you are deciding to do here. And it's really also telling me that this is somebody who has been extremely connected to you, but it's also somebody who would completely understand you right now at this stage of your life. You're doing something like this. So of course that this is going to lead towards something amazing in exactly 1 year time. In a 1 year time, your life is going to be turned around. You will turn your life around in as little as 1 year time. My gorgeous Piscelini, it's not only about like money and finances. This is financially gonna be brilliant, but it's also something that is gonna make you feel so good about yourself. You will be so proud of yourself. You see where all these things are gonna be leading to. There is a reason why we are inspired by something to the point where we think about it very intensely, then we forget about it, and then it's keep on bouncing back. It's keep on bouncing back until we take this very seriously, and it's one of those situations. So it's not only about money and finances. This is going to be brilliant for you, but it's also going to be fantastic when it comes to your happiness in general. Your happiness, your optimism. You're going to be so much more happier. You're going to be so much more optimistic, and I can see you really spending lots of time with people, and lots of time with people in general, and lots of time with people in your life, and lots of time with people that mean to you so much. So this whole situation, it's somehow also going to reconnect you with those people in your life, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed, which is absolutely brilliant. And number 1111 means that the whole week it's gonna seem like a one major spiritual experience. By the end of this week you are indeed going to have this spiritual awakening, my gorgeous Piscelini. And you know, this is brilliant when we do have a spiritual awakening. You know, certain things that have been scaring us and working negatively against us, you know, at the back of our mind, you know, no longer have power over us. They start to fade slowly but surely into the background, my gorgeous Piscelini. And this is why this is going to be like so super important. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to the midweek, you know, you really need to speak your mind. When it comes to you being so worried about this particular person in your life, and I've seen this before, it's about this gorgeous person in your life. It's a live person this time. It's about this gorgeous person in your life. And it's that person is around somebody else who's extremely bad for that person. That person is that gorgeous person in your life. Maybe it's like your really great friend, or maybe it's like a really family member. I know that you're going to be like really worried about this particular person. There is something you're going to hear, and you will know that there is something you already have been worrying about that particular person. Is that particular person being around somebody else who is having a really negative impact on this person? And this has been going on for a while. And I even think, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like a dark Lala. It's just almost as if somebody's like using somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is exactly how you're going to feel. And now it's time, there is something you're going to hear about that person in your life, that gorgeous person being like a little bit hurt. And I think now it's time to be really frank with that person. Be honest with that person. Be very straight and very honest with that person, and tell her what you think about this other person is exactly on your mind. You need to say it. You really need to be honest. Don't worry about, oh, I'm going to be too harsh or this and that. It doesn't matter. You really need to say what's on your mind. Even if this person, that person doesn't like it, you know, you are going to protect that person, because you and that gorgeous person are very connected, and that person may be a little bit offended by you being honest about that other person, but you're gonna do, oh my God, something major, something major. And even if that person is a little bit offended by you being honest and saying, listen, this person is like, I don't know, I just don't trust this person, you know, because you two are so connected, that person is going to take this very, very seriously, more seriously than anybody else this person would take. And because you're so psychic, because you're so intuitive, your third psychic eye is always open, you know. You know, people do know that you are extremely intuitive. Trust me, people can feel this. So that person is gonna be grateful to you for you being honest, and very soon you will be, you know, really pleased with yourself. You will be grateful yourself that you've actually said something. So this is why to be honest is just so important. And I know I'm not saying that you're not honest, but sometimes we just don't want to hurt people, and especially if that person had lots of grief from lots of other people telling her what I've just said. And maybe this is something that was putting you off from being honest with this person. But no, baby, no. Now it's time to be honest, okay? Now it's time to say what's on your mind. You will not only protect that person, but you will also protect yourself as well. Trust me. And also, when it comes to the midweek, you are really going to have this is crazy. Because first of all, you know, you are going to have this major crazy experience at around the beginning of this week, which I've already mentioned. But by the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's like, ooh la la, baby, you know, another experience. So there are two major experiences you are going to have at around the midweek. I'm talking about something spiritual, something really spiritual. It's going to happen, something really beautiful. It's going to happen. Whatever this is, it's really going to be strange and unusual, but you are going to be reminded of who you are. You're going to be reminded of who you are, my gorgeous Piscelini, but most importantly, you're going to be reminded of how psychic and how intuitive you are. You will be reminded of how much you understand when it comes to the different worlds apart from this particular world, when it comes to the different dimensions, you know. There is a really big confirmation you are going to have when it comes to your own, personal power. But I'm talking about your, you know, intuition and your psychic abilities and your understanding of what's beyond what we know and see and are aware of, you know. So there is going to be a very unusual spiritual experience you are going to have at around the midweek. this is going to so beautifully enlighten you. And when it comes to this beautiful spiritual experience that you are going to have, once again, this is going to remind you, my gorgeous Piscelini, that there are two things you always wanted to do. There are two things you always wanted to do. But these are personal things, okay? These are private things. These are spiritual things. These are super personal things. So you will be reminded of two big things you always wanted to do. And you know what? It's like, it's just like you're going to think like, you know, why didn't I do anything about it? Because I was so busy with so many different things, and a lot was happening in your life within the last few years. You know, there were certain things you needed to deal with. But the bottom line is that you're going to be reminded of these two things you always wanted to do. But this is to do with spirituality, and it's to do with your personal life as well. And I really strongly recommend you to go for it, my gorgeous Piscelini, because it is going to play a major role. There are two major things you wanted to do. Both of these things are going to be leading towards you opening your mind so much and coming out of your comfort zone. There is something really quick and really fast which is going to unfold here, okay? And there are a couple of interesting people you are going to meet on this path as well. These two interesting people are going to play a major role in your life for a very, very long time. And when you meet these two beautiful people, through this situation, there is so much you're going to learn from them when it comes to this life and when it comes to this journey, and they're also going to learn from you so much as well. And this is also a great sign to try to spend as more time as you possibly can with like-minded people, like a spiritual people, because they will really raise your vibration, they will raise your energy, and they're going to make you feel so good about yourself. This is the time of expansion in your life. This is the time when you will be expanding your horizons, not only in general, but when it comes to your own spirituality. Our spirituality is extremely important aspects of our lives and who we actually are. Your eyes are going to open in a really different way here, and you will know what I mean, because within the next few months, my God, you're going to find yourself at such an interesting stage of your life. You will be facing this completely unexpected big mama crossroads. And this situation here, it's going to play a huge role then, because the path that you will be choosing, it's something that you wouldn't even consider right now. And it's telling me that this is going to lead towards an ultimate growth when it comes to you and when it comes to your life in general, indeed. And by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, look at this. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad for you. This week, it seems to be like completely mind-blowing when it comes to you and when it comes to your life. Because when it comes to the last part of this week, this is to do with you. This is to do with you feeling really happy, and it's to do with an achievement. It's to do with this achievement you are going to have at around the end of this week, and this is going to mean to you so much, because it's to do with something that, again, within the last 6 months you did something. Within the last 6 months you did something, you made a certain move, you made a certain step. There is something really specific you did, and you took a risk. You took a big risk with this, and you know it, because in order to do what you did within the last 6 months, it took a lot of guts to actually do this, and you see this as a brave move, and you see this as a bold move, and you also see this as you saw this as a big risk. So something really unexpected is going to happen at the end of this week. An unexpected news, an unexpected message. I can tell you that this is also going to play a really big role in itself when it comes to your life being turned around. There is no doubt about it. So it's all going to start with this unexpected news. It's all going to start with this unexpected message, and you will realize that whatever you did within the last 6 months and you thought, oh my God, it's so risky, now you are going to have a nice little surprising achievement, my gorgeous Piscelini, and this is absolutely brilliant. So this is really this achievement that you are going to have, and this step that you've made, you know, as it's not only about you feeling so happy, it's not only about you feeling so proud of yourself, so pleased with yourself, you know, but it's also the time that, you know, where you're going to realize, as soon as you become aware of this unexpected news, unexpected message, as soon as you become aware of this achievement, my gorgeous Pisces, you're not only going to be so pleased and so happy with yourself, you know, massive big mama confirmation, but you're instantly also at the same time going to have something on your mind when it comes to you intuitively knowing that there is a really major choice you are going to be able to make right now, and I strongly suggest you to go for it. Follow your intuition, my gorgeous Pisces, and you are most certainly not going to be led astray. Listen to me very carefully. It's not only about this achievement, it's not only about this recognition, it's not only about this victory, it's not only about you doing the right thing within the last 6 months, whichever step you made, that it was so risky, but it's also about you all instantly understanding that there is a major choice you need to make, you will have to make after this moment in time. And this is what I need you to pay attention to. This is just so important. And you know, when it comes to this major choice, there are going to be two people who are going to be involved with this. The first person is not going to be good. It's not no baby, no. And you will know intuitively that the first, maybe it's some kind of a deal with something or whatever. It's very difficult to say. It's very difficult to be so specific with this. Do you understand what I mean? So the major choice that you will realize and you will have on your mind that you will be able to make now, it will be leading towards you needing to speak to one person, but they're going to be two people. So first person you will be speaking to about this major choice, and for the love of God, I really hope you will understand this now. The first person is not going to be good. Something is not going to be right about this person. Maybe a little bit selfish, maybe a little bit bizarre, maybe a little bit rude, the energy is going to be a little bit off, and maybe it's going to be too pushy or something like that. And the second person who you're going to talk to, it's going to be the right person. And you will know this energetically and intuitively, and this is what you need to trust. Okay, very important, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what's going to be an additional message when it comes to this week, you know. What's going to be an additional message, my gorgeous Pisces? You see this, now it's time to be like a little bit careful with money, okay? Now it's time to be just a little bit careful with money, and because you have so much to look forward to, so much is to come, and you will be going through some kind of a rather nice changes within the next few months, and that's why it's a rather important time to be like a little bit careful with money, and maybe to pay attention to where you could be overspending, where you're spending too much, you know. Maybe you're paying for certain things that you don't need anymore. It's just basically like a pay attention to that particular balance, you know, because within the next few months are gonna be like a really important for you, and this is why I just need you to kind of like pay attention to this side of things as well. This one just dropped down. It means that you are going to make a major discovery this week, my gorgeous Pisces, okay? And this discovery that you are going to make, it's going to be leading towards you being impressed and inspired, and it's going to lead towards you deciding to make like a really big lifestyle changes. Almost as if this discovery is going to make you aware of the fact that you're going to be able to do this, you know. But this is to do with the big lifestyle changes, my gorgeous Pisces, you see. The second card was that's the one that fell down. That's the second one. It's you are going to have a brilliant idea as well. You are going to have a brilliant idea, my gorgeous Piscelini, as well when it comes to this week. And this particular idea, you will know what this is going to be because your energy is going to be rising. But this idea, it's a lot to do with, you know, really the way you want your future to be. You're also at the same time going to become like really kind of unhappy, maybe a little bit with certain aspects of your life that you just kind of that are not making you feel happy anymore. But then again, all these energies and vibrations are going to really contribute towards you realizing how important this stage is to actually move forward with your life. And your third card is this as well. You will be able to do something you wanted to do for absolute ages, okay? You will be able to do, my gorgeous Piscelini, something that you wanted to do for absolute ages, you know, talking about coming out of your comfort zone. By the end of this week, you know, you are gonna feel a little bit different. By the end of this week, you're gonna feel a little bit different, and I'm talking about your confidence in particular. This is also going to be a great sign that you are on the right path, doing the right thing. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.